What is up, everyone? My name is Mr. J, and today I am bringing you a Digimon deck profile. So you saw Mastemon, I've been playing it like non-stop the last 3 locals in a row, and I did manage to get 3rd place at my most recent locals, but you know, I was hoping to get 1st place, and I want to show you my deck list and you know the changes I've made and also what I've settled on after playing it 3 times at my locals. So for our eggs, we do start off with the 4 Toko, of course. You know, I've seen other people, specifically like Digidaddies, use the yellow Niarumon, and I also think Curiosity uses the Niarumon. But there's also High Score Chef, and he plays the purple Niarumon. We are doing yellow base, obviously, because we're playing Patamon. So I like the Toko because it helps out with the consistency, because, dude, this deck bricks, bro. Like, crazy. But I'll get into it after I show you all the cards. So I'm gonna go ahead and just lay these out. So 4 Pata, 4 Kuda, and 2 Salamon for our rookies. So our rookie count, I used to run 7, and man, dude, I would again just brick. That's why I included 4 Kuda. I think this is overkill though. I think it could be like 3 Kuda and 3 Salamon. We can't play the purple yellow Salamon because we don't. It needs to be on top of our purple or red egg, or on top of Niarumon specifically. But I mean, if I could run Niarumon, or I mean Salamon, then I would run that Salamon in 2 copies. But let's move these. Let's continue with the level 4s. Okay, my bad. Moving on to the champs. Level 4s, we have 4 starter deck Gato, of course, 3 of the Adventure Gatomon, 2 of the Angemon from BT21, and then 1 copy of Geogray for our level 4s. So this list probably, well, I mean, this lineup probably went through the most changes. I do think that you need 4 copies for sure of the starter deck Gatomon, because, you know, obviously playing it and then searching top 3, getting 2 pieces potentially is really good, and then digivolving for 1 cost, and then DNA digivolving at the end of the turn is really nice. I wouldn't play it less than 4 copies. The Adventure Gatomon is something I got off Lewis, and it really helps, honestly. If it comes out of security on player when digivolving, give 2 of your opponent's Digimon security attack -1. That's really good because you could also put it in there with the Patamon effect. That's also busted. So this one, usually I put it at the bottom of the security and it'll save me that last turn. The other addition that I didn't have in the previous videos was the Angemon. So this Angemon is, you know, obviously BT14. Just when attacking, you can either activate the when attacking effect to do -5k, or put like a virus Digimon to the bottom of your opponent's security stack. But the important thing is, on deletion, you can place this at the bottom of your security stack, so it's pretty much recover +1. A lot of times, even though you want to play a level 5 off the Mastemon effect, the promo Mastemon effect, it's actually really good to play off this Angemon, because your opponent, there's so many deletion effects nowadays in Digimon that it most likely will trigger, and then you can just put in your security, recover +1, set up your next Pata play. And the one Geogray of, which I've taken out, I put him back in, like taken out, then I put back in, because it's a one of, you don't really see it, but honestly, you really need to play your Medays in this deck, and even your Memory Setter TK. So it's kind of a must to play it. It's gonna bother me because I could see the freaking glare on there. All right, let's move on to our level 5s. For our level 5s, we have 4 Angelomon from EX6, 2 of the BT15 Angelomon Ace, and then 2 of the Blocker Angelomons. Let me continue on with the Lady Devies. Lady Devies, we're running 3 Lady Devi from EX6, and then 2 of the Retaliation from BT11. And that's it. No more Lady Devies. For the lineup here, obviously we're playing more Angelomon, but Angelomon, it's also because I'm playing a Shadow Seraphimon, so it needs to be on top of Angelomon. Anyways. But this is a new addition to the deck, the Angelomon Ace. I really didn't want to put it in there because it's not technically a recover +1, but this one really helps once you have your promo out there. you can go ahead, trash one, and then it'll just recover it back, because most likely you'll be at 3 or less. So this will always trigger. I do like the EX6 Angelomon at 4 copies, because this is like one of your most consistent ways to play mid-A in the deck out for free. So if you don't have a mid-A, you play a mid-A. It has barrier, and then on play when digivolving, like I said, you could play the mid-A, but if the mid-A is already out there, then you give one of your opponent's Digimon sec -2, which is really good. So prevent them from going for game. But also very important is the alliance inheritable. So if while this Digimon has angel or three great angels in its trait, it gains alliance. So really cool because you can swing for 2 checks and sometimes DNA or and then unsuspended swing for 2 more checks. But yeah, the barrier comes up because I love chipping with it, and then I'll just go ahead DNA and then chip again. The blocker Angelomon I think is really cool because if you're playing heavy on the Mastemon Ace, then her when digivolving effect to just retrieve any angel from your security stack, it really helps because you can pick out the Lady Devies, you can pick out the Mastemon promos, and yeah, it really helps out. I had to cut it down to 2. I know some people are playing that at 1 copy or like 0 copies entirely, just kind of maxing out on the Angelomon Ace. But the Mastemon promo cannot play out the Angelomon Ace because the Angelomon Ace is 7k and not 6k, which is very unfortunate, but that's just how they made the deck. Lady Devies, like I said, I think I had it at 7 copies at one point, and I just cut it down to 6 copies and eventually 3. So I had a 3-3 split with the EX6 and the BT11. The BT11 really doesn't do anything early game, and that's why I cut her down. But late game, the BT11 is really good to recur any of your angels, basically. So my voice cracked there. But recovers any of your angels by discarding 1. Sometimes you want to discard stuff, but with the promo, it doesn't really matter because the promo Masty plays anything level 6 or 6k or less, yellow or purple, hand or trash. So it doesn't matter if the stuff is in your trash or not, which is really cool to be honest. But the whole game plan of Mastemon before, where you had to have stuff in your trash, there's no real point in doing it anymore. So to me, that's why there's no point in playing the purple base. Unless purple base can give me more draws, I really don't see any point in playing it because Patamon gains you so much advantage. Moving on to our megas, we are running 4 copies of the Mastemon promo, of course, 2 copies of Mastemon Ace, 1 copy of Shadow Seraphimon, and then 2 Death Exmon, which I will put somewhere over here because I'm running out of space. 2 Death Exmon. So 4 Mastemon promo. This one really makes the deck. The only reason why it's somewhat playable this format is because of the Mastemon promo. So when digivolving, I like to do things out of order, if you've seen in my videos, but I know what Mastemon does, I'm just doing it out of order. And it's all mandatory so your opponent can't be like rule sharking you or whatever. But when digivolving, no matter what, recovery +1. Then if DNA digivolving, by placing 1 other Digimon or Tamer as the top or bottom security card, trash your opponent's top security. This is really good because it gets rid of Tamers. The first time I read this, or no, the first time I saw this, and I saw someone put a Tamer into security and then trash it, I was like, dude, that's insane. I did not know it was Tamer hate. The only thing bad about it is that it's 5 to digivolve. 5 to digivolve. It should have said like 4 over like an angel or fallen angel, and that would have been perfect. For some reason, it's a hefty 5 cost. And I know they were trying to make it similar to the OG Mastemon from the starter deck. But bro, it's 2025. You could have just said 4 to digivolve. It would have made the deck a lot faster, to be honest, because even the Mastemon Ace is 4 to digivolve. I don't get why this one's 5. You could say it's because it's the 13k, but honestly, I would have taken this at 12. I would have taken this at 12 as long as it was 4 to digivolve. It would have made the deck a lot faster. The secondary effect is, of course, by trashing your top security card, you may play 1 purple or yellow Digimon card with 6k or less DP from your hand or trash without paying the cost. So you recover 1, but you pretty much don't recover anything because you're going to trash it immediately. That's why the Angelomon Ace is pretty good, so that you keep that cycle going or that recovery going once you use this girl's effect, because it is when attacking or when digivolving, you can just continuously pump out bodies. The thing is, you have to keep her on board. The other thing is you have to be aware of, if you're going for game, you can put any Digimon or any Tamer in the security and then trash your opponent's security. So if your opponent has like 2 security left and you have 2 swings, you can potentially go for game by DNA digivolving into this, putting your own Tamer to security, trash your opponent's top card. That way with your 2 bodies, 1 does the check and then 1 goes for game. Yeah, really good that you could do that. That's why I kind of cut the Digimon too, to be honest, because before I used to play the Digimon, but I found I could still finish games using just the promo effect. The next one I want to talk about is the Mastemon Ace. So Mastemon Ace, man, it's hard because when I won a tournament last format with the Mastemon Ace, it was I was playing 4 copies. It's a really good card, but unfortunately I'm not playing Digimon anymore because I removed the mini for the Mastemon promo. But yeah, this one was like peanut butter and jelly, right? The Mastemon Ace with the Digimon has protection on board, gives all your angels protection. I really want to make room for some Digimons because this deck is absolute trash. The reason I want to cut the Mastemon promo or the Mastemon Ace completely is because the level 5s nowadays get removed so easily, dude. So easily, and it's so frustrating because there's no protection whatsoever. Before I was winning the tournament, or like the last format, because of the Domini effect, I would play the Angelomon. Angelomon would play the mid-A, and that would set me up really nice just for 4 memory. You have an extra body, level 5, you have protection, you played out your Tamer. It was amazing, dude. And without the protection, you really can't do anything. Like most of the times, your opponent would just you blow up your Gato, they'll blow up your Angemon, they'll blow up your Lady Devil, they'll blow up the Angelomon, and you won't even get the chance to ace them because there's so much deletion nowadays in Digimon, and that's just how it is, man. So I don't know how viable the Mastemon Ace right now is. Maybe in BT22 because we haven't gotten all the reveals for that set yet. But maybe in that set, like Mastemon will have some protection, or Gatomon will have some protection. I'm talking about this now. I guess I should just continue. 2 Death Xmon because you just need it. Your opponent will just build wide and then just like... That's how they'll win the game, just going wide. So we need the Death Xmon. And Death Xmon is pretty good. It's pretty cheap. It's not the same as Medieval Gallant. But Medieval Gallant's $100 and this is $10, right? The lowest rarity of Death Xmon is $10. It still works really well. You can Digivolve it on top of Mastemon. Or you can play for sometimes free. Especially versus hunters. So Death Xmon's pretty good. I like it in the deck as a power card. And it did win me a match yesterday at locals. So, or a game, not a match, but no, actually no, it did win me a match. But yeah, Death Xmon was a good inclusion to the deck. For the Tamers, we're running TK Takaishi, 3 mid-A from EX6, and then 2 mid-A from BT11. So before I was running 2 TK, 3 mid-A from EX6, and then 3 of the mid-A from BT11. But I hate seeing this card in my opening hand, this mid-A, so I cut it down to 2 copies. I don't think I'd cut it down to 1, but it's just so annoying. You really need like a bunch of pieces in your hand to trigger the effect, and then even then you would have to have nothing on board in order for you to activate this effect, right, to play a Digimon for free. So it's 5 costs. I don't really like it. They really need a memory setter, and the mid-A from EX6 is like $100 right now, probably like 120 for the alt art. But this is definitely the better one. It's very unfortunate it's not a memory setter. It still costs you 4, and it's just when one of your Holy Beast, Archangel, or Fallen Angel Digimon is played, by suspending this Tamer, gain 1 memory. Then one of your Digimon may Digivolve into Angelomon or Lady Devi in the trash with the Digivolution cost reduced by 1. What's really cool is that you could promote a Gato, like say the starter deck Gato. You could hard play an Angelomon, and then you could Digivolve this Gatomon into the from the trash. So say Lady Devi's in the trash, you could proc this effect, right? Suspend it, gain a memory. Then this Gatomon can go ahead and Digivolve it to Lady Devi from the trash, or vice versa if you had Angelomon in the trash. But most of the times, like I said, if I have both mid-A's out, I'm playing this one. I'm playing this one out because I'm trying to play on the field as well. Like I'm not going to... There's no setup cards in this deck, right? Other than the Tamers. So most likely you're going to have a body on the field. And this mid-A will never trigger unless it's like a comeback turn. That's just how it works for me. And then the 3 TK, arguably probably the most controversial part of the deck is the 3 TK. I just hate breaking, dude. I hate bricking. I know some people are playing Kari. I know some people are playing TK Takaishi at 2 copies and then Kari at 2 copies. Well, like two Karis and then that's it. What I hate is opening 2 Angelwoman, 1 Lady Devi, 2 Mastemon, and that's it. That's my opening hand, and that's it. I lost the game. Sometimes I'll play TK and I'll get the Pada out of security, and you know what? That's great. Turn 1, my hand's bricked up, but technically I have a lot of pieces, right? If I had 2 Lady Devis, like if I had 2 Angelwomans, 1 Lady Devi, 2 Mastemon promos, like my hand is technically set up. So the TK really helps fish out the Patamon, fish out the starter deck Gatomon from your security, do something, because if you guys have seen the matches like on the channel, there's turns where I'm winning, like I win game 2 and I just need to clutch out the game 3. And game 3, no matter, I have no idea how many times this happened, I just brick. So that's why I'm playing at 3 copies, because it, you know, it's an extra, you get to play it for 4, look into your security, get whatever piece you need, and then recover 1. So probably triggering your Tokomons if you need an extra draw, triggering your Patamons, it's really good. I don't want to have the 3 level 5s, 2 level 6s on my opening hands, and then play Kari for no reason. When I have no rookie, I have no champion. There's no way I'm doing that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. If you want to play Kari, you can. If we get more support in the future that makes this deck more consistent, then you can play Kari. But as for right now, I'm playing TK. The last thing I want to talk about with this deck. What does this deck need? So on BT21, right? Because supposedly we're getting Mastemon support. The thing I want to see is a Gatomon that when Digivolving or on play, plays mid-A. Literally, that's it. I just need a Gatomon that plays mid-A for free. Inheritable would be nice to also DNA Digivolve, to be honest, but I don't know. Or reduce the Digivolution cost would also be nice, or on play when Digivolving, like play a mid-A if you have 1 or fewer Tamers on the field. And also on play, you can Digivolve from trash or from hand for a reduced cost, something like that. But you definitely need a way to cheat out these Tamers faster, because I was playing against Shine yesterday and level 4s cheat out Marcuses. Every single level 5 in their deck plays out their Marcus for free. And a lot of times these cards will just be dead in your hand. You can't play them. Your Gato's 5 cost. Your Kuda's 3 cost. These are like 7 costs each, except the Mastemon Ace. All this stuff is so expensive to play out, and you just, there's no way. The deck is way too slow. Way too slow in this current moment. And it just needs support. But I think if you already have these mid-A's, right, from EX6, then just hold on to them, because this is a fan favorite deck, obviously, Mastemon. And if we do get support in the next few weeks that's announced, like a new Angelomon, new Gatomon, new Salamon, this mid-A, oh dude, it's already at $120. It's probably gonna go up to, you know, like 150, which would be insane. But I think it's possible. It's gonna beat out Medieval for the most expensive card in Digimon. That's not like a rare pull, like a lottery card. But yeah, this is the deck profile, guys. The matches are on the channel, and then my most recent tournament is going to be on there. I asked the question before, and I'm gonna ask it again. What deck do you want me to see? What deck do you want to see me play next on the channel? Like, I have Deep Brigade, I have Armor Rush, but without Magnemon X, or I can just continue playing Adventure because that is my main deck. So just let me know what you want to see on the channel for the next tourneys. I'm most likely gonna play at least back-to-back tourneys until I can try to get to first place. But yeah. Also, if you are still here, I mean, I laid out the cards in the beginning. You probably could have just click until you got to like 9 minutes or something, or until the whole list is there. If you're still on here, you obviously like the video. Please make sure you're hitting that like button by supporting me. You could also subscribe to the channel, and you can also become a member for 99 cents. You get access to some cool emojis, and I would really appreciate it, because yeah, this is it takes a lot of time to edit and then, you know, upload these matches, because it's just me. I don't have a team, you know, it's just me. So I appreciate the support that you guys have given me these last few weeks in general, because yeah, I do this, I upload this because I was a history major and I want to see the progression of the game, but also I love that you guys get some entertainment out of this, and I love that you guys watch this during your lunchtime or dinner time, just the same way I watch other digitubers. So yeah. Anyways, if you guys like the deck profile, again, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. My name is Mr. J. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.